Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and podcast number... Should we say this? Oh crap, I forgot to change this there. Let me change this here real quick. Let's see if that... Boop, nope, sorry, that's some kind of a thing. Anyway, podcast number 69. Oh, and we are absolutely talking comics. And what should my thing down here be? How about Marvel's A-Force is a possibility. Yes. Whoa, geez. Hey, Sean. Did you know Tim Drake is the reason why Mr. Mxyzptlk is silly? No, I did not know that. I'm going to need an update on that. What's going on, Sean? So, Marvel's A-Force apparently could be a thing. See, check this out. Palm Clement, whatever. Hey, what's going on, comic watching? Palm, who plays Mantis in Guardians of the Galaxy and the upcoming Avengers Infinity War, got my ticket. Do you have yours? Get your ticket. Seriously, I'm not joking around, guys. Get your freaking ticket before you can't get your ticket. Because everybody's going to be doing spoilers for that. You know that. Mike Hawk, hello. How you doing? Thank you, sir. Appreciate. Welcome to the channel, where tuition is always free. So check this out. Palm says that a Black Widow movie is absolutely being made. A solo movie. Awesome. I love hearing, I could hear people all day long confirming that. It will make me just more and more joyous. Alright? But she also says that there's a possibility that there's an all-female cast movie being made too. Now, what else could that be but A-Force? Now, will Serinda Swan be playing Medusa in it? Probably not, which kind of stinks. But hopefully, it would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it were a movie, they could give her a, literally, royal treatment, and she might be willing to join, because she really did love the character. She was amazing as the character. It was just a horrible TV series, and that had nothing to do with her or Anston Mount as Black Bolt. Or even the guy who played, what's-his-face, Triton. He was actually really good also. Just he was only in like 2.5 episodes. Anyway, what's going on, P.A. Stewart? I'm feeling much better. In fact, I haven't really been talking much at all because I know that I can't talk. So this was a surprise. I literally started talking in the beginning of this podcast, and all of a sudden it came to me, I was like, hey, I'm actually kind of okay now. I'm still really cold. The heat is up, but I'm still really cold, and I'm thinking right now about grabbing my blanket because, yeah, it's really freaking cold. I don't even have my vest in here, which stinks. Anyway, what do you call it? So, it happened in Young Justice 3 by Peter David. Tim showed... Oh, Peter David did Young Justice 3? I'm going to need some info on that, dude. Seriously, Twitter me that information, please, because that's awesome. I love me some Peter David. And Dan Slott is hinting at bringing back Rhodey, also the Gauntlet. Yeah, you showed me the thing with the Gauntlet. That's kind of cool. I liked him in the New 52, not the New 52, in the 52 State Initiative. You know, that was, no, 50 State Initiative. That's what it was. Duh. Matthew Stoner, hello. Just got back into reading comics and have been loving your videos. Thank you very much, sir. Genuinely, that swells my heart full of pride. That is exactly what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, the whole intent of this channel is just to spread my love of comic books and try to be a force of positivity in comic books. Like, it's funny because when I first got in, there are people like some of the bigger channels. They have fun with it, with the comic books, and I love that. But sometimes, some of them, not all of them, some of them will actually make fun of the comics, and it's all just silly. And to me, that's it's a bit anathema to me. You know what I'm saying? There are funny moments in comic books, but to sit here and just start making fun of the comics like that, it's like, dude, why are you even in this profession? I don't know, man. I used to be an electrical engineer, and I can't imagine going in and talking about, wireless internet, we'll never make this work. You can't take your job seriously. Get the hell out, man. So, yeah. And then all of a sudden, some of the other channels came up, which a lot of them have good points, but I do not approve of the way that they do it. No, I want to be a force of positivity towards comic books. It is absolutely an art form in so many different ways. It is the love hobby of my life. So, What do we got here? Okay, I'm going to get to that in a hot second there, Sean. So check this out, man. An A-Force movie. How hot could that be? Because technically we've already got over in Freeform? No, Hulu. On the Hulu network, we've already got Nico Minoru. So she could be there. She's really good in the series, and she's already got that very young, innocent attitude and whatnot. I still haven't watched the last 3 episodes. I got to get on that, dude. Anyway... dude, like, she could jump on that and that'd be awesome. Srinda Swan in that role would be awesome. The most important role, realistically, would be to cast a She-Hulk character. Wow. Yes, let's cast She-Hulk. I don't know who'd be good for it, because you got to get somebody who's pretty big, and of course you got to CGI her even bigger, but she's got to be a really good actress. She's got to be somebody who is quick-witted and extremely smart, like lawyer smart. So that's not going to be the easiest thing, and she's got to be built, of course, so not going to be the easiest thing in the world to do. You can't just get somebody who's tall and pretty and just hope that you can feed some lines to. It'll help that it's going to be an all-star cast. There's going to be a lot of people in this, to kind of share the roles and whatnot. And plus, Black Widow will probably be considered the leader of that team. That being said, of course, Captain Marvel will have to be in it, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Did I hear Vern Troyer died? Who's Vern Troyer? Maybe I'm not reading that correctly. Who is Vern Troyer, please? Sean. Comic watching. Tiny detail on Marvel's July solicitations. Okay. On sale listings for $7.25. Suggests a new what if. Oh, yes. See, here's the problem with that. What do I hope it's about? I hope it's going to be about, well, I imagine it's going to be about, oh, Mini-Me from, oh, that stinks, man. Mini-Me died. Oh, yeah, I saw something about somebody major from Austin Powers died, and the movies were pretty good. It just didn't move me to go and check the article. There's just so many different clickbaits around. So, that stinks. Go with God, my friend, go with God. But, a what if series would be nice. The problem is they've been putting a lot of what if one-shots out. So and unfortunately Marvel, DC, they don't title their one-shots as one-shots. They call them number 1, which is extremely misleading and very disappointing. You know what I'm saying? So I do not like the idea they do that at all, but it is what it is. So it could, honestly, it could just be another one-shot. They did the one-shots for the Age of Ultron, and they actually did a bunch of them for Age of Ultron. And they did a bunch of others here and there, and they were spurious, they were intermittent. But hopefully Marvel's getting the idea of going back to the things that actually worked. What If was a tremendous seller for Marvel, and making an actual Volume 3 of What If, yeah, I don't see that as being bad in any way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it could be a way to, in a sense, correct certain mistakes that Marvel has made in the past. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind. Heck, the whole Jane Foster Thor thing happened from a what if originally. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they could, correct something. What if Jane Foster never became Thor? What would happen then? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be an interesting story that I would love for Jason Aaron to write. I literally just thought of that right now. And now all of a sudden I feel like I need to contact him and be like, dude! So I would love for that to be a story. But yeah, there's just so many different directions they could go with that. So absolutely, why not? Why not? But if they made that a series, I would read the heck out of that. PA Stewart give Ronda Rousey acting lessons. At least she could do the stunts for She-Hulk. See, I was thinking, when I thought of casting She-Hulk, I immediately thought Ronda Rousey also, because she does look like a She-Hulk. God, she is so gorgeous. I see her at WWE TV, and I'm just like, oh my God, this woman is gorgeous. And just her attitude and her skills, forget about it. What we thought that Mia Hamm was going to be to the world, Ronda Rousey, in my opinion, she's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. Love that girl. Love her. Love that woman. I shouldn't even say girl. What do you call it? Guy from Red Bank. Hey, are you from Red Bank, New Jersey? Because I actually used to live very near Red Bank, New Jersey. What do you call it? I feel you. What's going on? The what if stories? Yeah, exactly. The one shots are like, that's a funny thing. The one-shots are just the one-shots. They're no different. All of the what-if stories are one-shots. But if I had an actual series of one-shots coming out, that would make me happier. That'd be like, dude, put it in my pull list, you know what I'm saying? And I will absolutely, I'll pull it from the box and read the heck out of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll review those. I would absolutely review some what-ifs. You know what I'm saying? Just what a great format for people to be able to do that. I don't live in Red Bank, but I do live in New Jersey. Cool, man. What's going on? So, shoot, what is that hospital in Red Bank, New Jersey? You know that one. Anyway, I did visit Red Bank before. Red Bank's a really nice town. You got to visit to go see Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, right? Plus Hobby Masters and Game Masters, dude. I grew up in that place. I used to ride my bicycle several miles when I was 12 years old just to go to that place. Like, forget about it. Plus, they had a comic book store right across the street in that little mini mall where currently the Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash is. Anyway, enough with reminiscing. So, what else? There's rumors out that Mara Jade could be cast pretty soon in J.J. Abrams' Episode 9 of Star Wars. Hello? Hello? They're looking for a 50-year-old woman who could play a girl, and she's named Mara. Now, this could just be a joke. Like, that's a little bit too much information to be given out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with all the people coming down hard on Star Wars lately, and I can understand a lot, not all, but a lot of those arguments, I think, like, J.J. Abrams is kind of a genius in multiple dimensions, not just in making films, but in also advertising and marketing. You know what I'm saying? And of course, his secret, stuff for Cloverfield. That's amazing stuff. But let me tell you something, man. If I were J.J. Abrams, I think that would be the best decision in the world, to try and cast Mara Jade and actually leak that information out so people could be like, they're actually going to make Mara Jade. They're actually going to make Mara Jade. Look, we can't go and make... Yes, that's Luke Skywalker's wife in the expanded universe. They cannot make the expanded universe. It's extremely convoluted. Like, there's so many things that bump into each other. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be a lot of picking and choosing. Like, case in point, one of the big things. Does that mean they have to kill Chewbacca? Because... why would they ever kill Chewbacca? Chewbacca is a character who lives a ridiculously long time, like an absurdly long time. And on top of that, anybody can play him. You could stuff anybody in that big old Wookiee suit. So, and he's a background character that will keep all of us, like along with the droids, right? Along with the droids, that will keep us old fans involved. You know what I'm saying? And give us that tether. While they're completely changing the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as I love the idea of Han and Luke and Leia just going out there and kicking butt and taking names, you know what I'm saying? The fact is, those characters are either getting old, or in Carrie Fisher's, case, God rest her soul, man, like, she's gone. So, like, they can't keep doing that. And while the young... Solo story looks pretty good, I don't have very high hopes for it at all. That guy is not a good actor. Nothing good has been coming from the set, the behind the scenes from that movie. There is zero, zilch, nada, nothing, big fat goose egg, nothing good coming from the behind the scenes on that. I don't see that movie being good at all. I will not be going to see that in theaters unless a week later people are like, no, that was actually really good. That actually looked like it was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's good, if somebody tells me it's good, enough people tell me it's good, I'll go and see it in the theaters. If not, I can wait, man. I can wait until it comes to DVD, until it comes to digital. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So that's the way I feel about it. But yeah, I think it would be a really great way to incorporate. And like, why not? They could just be like, oh yeah, man. Y'all didn't know, but, Luke didn't stay on that planet the whole time. I was actually married to Luke. Mara could be like, I was actually married to Luke. And, but we split up because of whatever. It could be anything. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? Luke had a life, a full life. So I would be totally cool with seeing something like that, you know. And plus, he could always come back as a Force ghost, you know. All right, Sean, Amazing Spider-Man #1 by Spencer is 56 pages. Oh my God, and $6. Okay, I'm okay with that. If it's going to be 56 pages, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to be okay with 50 different variant covers. That's never cool. And okay, I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, that's cool. Also, Sean had pointed out to me that it's going to be like a movie scene kind of situation, like Superior Foes of Spider-Man was. I could get behind something like that. I know Nick Spencer's name is kind of toxic right now because of the Secret Empire debacle. I don't think it's a debacle, but whatever. I'm okay. You know what? Honestly, Nick Spencer, he should stay off of Twitter because like nothing good, not enough good is coming to him via Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I would absolutely give him a high five and a handshake if I ever met him. Heck, I would give him a hug, you know what I'm saying, if he'd allow it, because I enjoyed Secret Empire, and I loved everything else that he did before it. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of a bad story he's ever done, you know, prior to the ending of Secret Empire. Can't think of a single one. So, you know, I like it, and I believe that he's really good at writing. And if he's going to be able to do a continuous series, plus Sean has actually showed me a whole bunch of that good stuff. I am down for everything that I saw previews-wise for Amazing Spider-Man. I am fully behind that. Okay, also thoughts on Punisher going after bigger targets without the armor. Yeah, first we got to see the armor being stripped from him, which is going to be interesting. And then him going after bigger targets in the new run in August. Also, I think you said, Sean, that it is actually going to be by Matthew Rosenberg still, right? So, yeah, I trust Matthew Rosenberg. Like, the dude is awesome. The dude is awesome. So, I look forward to seeing him going after bigger targets. You know, like, that's one of the big problems that Punisher has always had, is that the people he goes after, they're just regular people, and he kills them all. You know, like, we can remember a lot of his cool victims, you know, like Barracuda. What the heck is that one guy's name? Smits or something like that. I can't remember his name from the Max series. Loved him, and even his sister. You know, the Pitsy, and then Pitsy's sister. That was interesting. He's had a couple of really good, and of course Jigsaw, right? But how many times can these guys come back from the dead, right? Like they're supposed to be Punisher people, not Spider-Man's people. So. I don't know. But seeing him going after somebody like a Dr. Octopus, that would be a great thing. Like I remember when Daredevil first went after Dr. Octopus way back in, what was that, the 70s? The 80s. It was in the 80s, I think it was. Anyway, he just got his butt royally handed to him by Dr. Octopus. You know what I'm saying? And it was great seeing that. When he first started going after the Kingpin, when we saw Spider-Man just manhandling the Kingpin, I'm always like, this is such a waste. This is such a waste. But when he became a Daredevil villain, I thought that Daredevil was going to die. Like, that's how intense those issues were. So I'm totally down for seeing Punisher going after bigger targets, people who are, by all rights, out of his league. I am so looking forward to seeing something like that. That would be great. He is an underdog character, so seeing him actually be the underdog could be very interesting. So, just missed. Oh, no, I did get that. Okay. Nope. Okay, comic watching. Advice. Local shop manager I have a good rapport with asked me to make an offer on what looks like an almost complete run of Conan 80 through 275-ish. A full run of Saga Mags would be a fair offer. Oh, dude, I don't know what would be honestly, I don't know. Shoot. Okay, the key thing to do is to try and look up what some of those key Conan issues are. Because, mind you, Conan is coming back to Marvel at the around the end of 2019. You know what I'm saying? So, that being middle or end of 2019. Anyway, so, that being the case, it's going to be an interesting thing to see those, and all of those are going to be reprinted. So if you just want them for the sake of, oh yeah, man, I got the stories, wait, they'll be reprinted. I'm positive all of those will be reprinted. But what's more, I think, is the idea that you'll be able to, with those originals, you'll actually be able to collect those originals. If you're looking for that to one day make money, yes, of course, that will appreciate. That will absolutely appreciate. Quick side note, I was thinking to myself recently, if the American capital system, not the capitalist system, not that, but if the American capital, if the American monetary system does crash, and I'm talking a true crash, worse than what we'd seen in 1920, October 29th, I think it was, 1929. Sorry, guys. I think that, we're going to need to have things that people want more than just money, because the dollar won't mean anything. So I think of things like that. I think of lots of things all the time. My mind's always racing. But I was thinking about that earlier today. I thought, I wonder if comic books would actually be something that we could trade in. So that's a possibility. Anyway, 80 through, it's not going to be your issue number 1. It's not going to be your earlier issues. Check to see, like, if, I don't think Red Sonja first appeared in a Conan book. I think she appeared in her own book. But check to see what kind of first appearances exist in those earlier ones. Go to, I worked on very few Conan stories for the Marvel database. But what you're going to do is this. Go to Google and type in Conan space V1 space 80. It will take you to the Marvel database, which is fan run. I've done lots and lots and lots of work on that database, but again, not a whole lot on Conan. Very little, very little. But there are people who contribute to that, and you could just start, going to next issue, and look to see how many first appearances exist between issue number 80 and 275-ish. I think it did end at around 275 or 272. Anyway, go ahead and do that. And if you see enough first appearances in there, it might be worth it. You know what I'm saying? And then make your offer based on that. Just look at cover price. Bring those cover prices at least by half. And then, so I think that most of those should be 75 cents. So you bring that down to about 35 cents. So 35 cents per issue, and you're talking about 200 issues or so. And then work from there, you know what I'm saying, and try and finagle in between there. All right, that's my suggestion. Red Black King 2099. Hey, what's up? What's going on, brother? Sean, I think Marvel will do my Ahura Valeria ship. That would be cool. I don't know if they will or not, but honestly, man, like, why not? Why not? I would like to see her date. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's been exploring and things like that. And Franklin also, both of them. I've seen them both exploring. You know what I'm really looking forward to is seeing Franklin meeting up with Prestige. Rachel Gray, but now she's calling herself... No, Rachel Summers, now she's calling herself Rachel Gray. God, it's going to be so hard doing her explained in a minute, because, like, I'm not going to know how to label her. Anyway, I would like to see when they meet up, because they eventually got married sometime in the future, so that could be interesting. Matthew Stoder, what's going on, dude? I will miss Slott on Spider-Man. Thank you. Yeah, I don't understand the hate on his run either. That's just people, man. It's just people. Guy from Red Peg laughing. I do love Daredevil and Moon Knight. Yeah, dude, Moon Knight is just an awesome character, dude. I think that they're doing a little bit too much with the jokes. Him every so often, like, they're always throwing in a joke where he looks at somebody and says, "That guy's crazy." That joke is kind of old for me. Literally, that's the worst complaint I've got about Moon Knight. Everything else, man. And I just did that story with Stained Glass Scarlet recently, so that was fun. And I'm really looking forward to Stained Glass Scarlet making a reappearance in Max Bemis's run. I want to see the way that he's going to handle that story. Let's see. I kind of get that in the okay. Normal Punisher versus Thanos? No, thank you. Ed Brewer, what's going on, brother? Sean, the Reavers are in the Hunt for Wolverine next week. Awesome. And the Hunt for Wolverine, dude, everybody is praising Charles Soule's one-shot for The Hunt for Wolverine, which will then branch out into 4 different stories that will all be 4 issues each. So the Adamantium Agenda featuring Iron Man, the further search for Wolverine featuring Weapon X type characters, a whole bunch of different stories. If that first story's good, and it's Charles Soule, so I really didn't doubt it was going to be good, but apparently it's not just good. Apparently it is superb. So I'm looking forward to reading the heck out of that, dude. Sean, 3D Man and Speedball are in Daredevil 290 or Deadpool 299. Are you serious? Speedball I'm okay with, whatever, the former Penance, right? But 3D Man? That's going to be crazy. That's awesome. Red Black Kane. We need another Kane run by somebody serious. Whoa, man. It almost sounds like as if you're going to be insulting Peter David. Don't go there, dude. Peter David is an amazing storyteller. Kane is in the I don't know if you know this or not. Kane is actually in the Scarlet Spider story. And I don't know, man. I know he's focusing on Ben Reilly, but at the very least, I'm hoping this is going to be a jumping off point for somebody to write something like that. Jason Anderson, thank you. I don't know if there's going to be a distinct pleasure or not, but brother, that's actually the very first. I don't even know what those things are called. the YouTube money thing, whatever the heck it's called. Anyway, that's the first one I've ever gotten, dude. Thank you very much. I genuinely appreciate that. Damn. Yeah, that's going to have to be something I remember now. You actually can't write on that. My son made me this. It's a pineapple, so I can't write on this. If I try to find something else I can write this on. Jason Anderson. It's easy for me to remember all the people I talk to all the time on chat. Super chat, thank you. First. But I like to remember my firsts. I like to remember all the little, things like that. I still remember, the first girl I ever kissed on a railroad track behind my house, which that's an interesting story. Anyway, I was 12, and she was 14, is what it is. I regret nothing. So, yeah, man, I like to remember all my firsts, and, that's actually really cool. So if I ever meet you in real life, dude, high five. Absolutely. I'll high five anybody. I don't care. Plus, I'm like Bailey from WWE. I'm a hugger. So, Spider-Woman and Venom next week. Awesome. Guy read by Charles Soule is a really good writer. He's a lawyer. He's so perfect for writing Daredevil. Like I said, everybody's got their favorite Daredevil run. But how many people have a favorite Matt Murdock run? That's the thing that really gets me, man. He's amazing like that. Bill, would I hook up with Mariah Hill? No, I would not. I despise Mariah Hill. When I hook up with Captain America, I'm not gay. I don't go that way. I would absolutely try and I'd suck training on her. I'm 42 years old. I'm out of shape. I'm going to be honest, I'm 42 and a half years old, whatever. I'm out of shape, you know what I'm saying? I got my Sicilian belly starting to really develop itself right now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm not short, so I don't have the big Sicilian, tire, but, I've got a belly, and I got a little something, developing on the sides right now. So no, I don't think that I would even waste that dude's time. But yeah, dude, Captain America's freaking awesome, dude. No, and you know me, dude. I'm in love with Mockingbird. Barbara Morse, she is a scientist. She is, so we could actually talk to each other. She is freaking awesome. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the most badass women out there. I'm not too fond of what Chelsea Kane did with her in the final issue that she had, issue number 8. I appreciate what she did. That's the thing. So I'm not bad-mouthing Chelsea Kane at all. I appreciate what she did. She tried to make her own what happened to her back in the West Coast Avengers. But at the same time, by doing that, it did two things. It ruined the original storyline that was done, which was probably the best storyline that came out of Avengers West Coast. but also it kind of made her somebody who is now complicit in murdering an innocent person to cover up an indiscretion that she had, which I think really brings her down. Really brings her down. So, yeah. I'd rather her just be the person who is a survivor. Like, I used to train women in the martial arts for about almost 18 months. I did a women's self-defense class. And unfortunately, I have met a lot of women who have survived horrific experiences like that. And a lot of them I simply couldn't get through. I couldn't get through to them. You know what I'm saying? But there were some that I could talk to, and like they were, like I didn't even have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? Just listen, just shut my freaking mouth and listen. And like I was so impressed with the strength of these women. You know what I'm saying? Forget about it. And that's kind of the way that I have always seen Mockingbird. You know what I'm saying? Barbara Morse. She is just amazing beyond amazing. She was always written that way. And I get what Chelsea Kane was trying to do, but I'm not cool with it. I'm not cool with the way it happened. So, what do we got here? Sauron will be in Scarlet Spider in July. Oh my God, Sauron! Seriously? I remember the Peter Parker thing. With your intelligence, you could actually go and make you could make the cure for cancer. He's like, but I don't want to make the cure for cancer. I just want to turn people into dinosaurs. That's the best line in comics ever. I will argue to the knuckle with people on that one. That's the best one ever. So on the dinosaur, yep, the Plesiosaurus. So interesting take. Yes, Charles Soule is a lawyer. He is freaking awesome. Thoughts on bearded Reed? Yes, Reed should absolutely have a beard. Ooh, and it should stretch. I'm just saying. Bill, can science explain why Mr. Mxyzptlk's wife is so hot? No, but the reality manipulation that he has can. You're talking about Action Comics issue number 1000. Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, dang, it figures that this freaky, creepy dude would absolutely have a hot wife, right? You know what? Honestly, I look at the Jessica Rabbit situation. That's all I can look at, man. Red Black Kane. I don't hate Peter David, but Kane needs to get his he does need to get his own solo storyline. I like him here, but he's a backup character here, and Kane does not deserve to be a backup character. You know, I think that that's the main thing that we could both agree on. Excuse me, without anything further of that, like he's not a backup character. He's just not. He is extremely aggressive. He's the guy who just goes out there. Like I said, I need to see him going out there and putting the mark of Kane on some people. Like, I need to see some serious Spider level street justice. You know what I'm saying? P.A. Stewart, Sean. Okay. I still find it weird that Deadpool is forming X-Force to stop Cable, according to the last couple of trailers. Yeah, but then there's that guy Peter, who is freaking awesome. I think his name was Peter, right? That guy is awesome. Like, that guy's about to become my new favorite superhero. When I saw that in the trailer, I'm like, okay, why exactly would I not want to watch this movie? That is awesome. That's the best part of the movie. Sean, do you think Reed... Yes, I absolutely do. I believe he makes it longer, I believe he makes it thicker, and I believe that he will embarrass all of us. And I think that, in some ways, that's one of the reasons why Susan Storm has always put up with his crap. Yes, I do. Yeah, Peter was pretty bomb. I love Peter David. And there, yeah, sorry, I thought I was going back to Peter David again. Yeah, Peter David wrote The Great Hulk, Mr. Fix-It, which is just my all-time favorite iteration of the Hulk. And I love the Hulk. But, like, Grey Hulk, best ever. Yeah. Okay. What? So that's it. We don't have anything to say. I'm gonna leave then. I'm gonna leave. Oh, you know what? Let's do the segment. I said it before. Sean S.h.i.e.l.d. said it. So who's Peter in Deadpool 2? Just some dude. He doesn't exist in the actual Marvel universe. So let's do. Did I hear the reports that Juggernaut will be in Deadpool 2? I heard rumors that he will be in Deadpool 2. I don't know how well I feel about that. I'm going to reserve judgment. So, Yeah, because I feel like he's just going to be punked. There are several characters in the Marvel Universe. I think you guys have heard me say this enough. What do you call it? Juggernaut. What's his face? Sabretooth. These guys have just been punked for so long in the Marvel Universe that it just infuriates me. Okay, so what do we got here? Infinity Countdown number 5. Further bad art. Ugh. Avengers number 4. Ooh, Avengers number 4. We're seeing... I'm digging this. This looks like... Is this actually Odin, or is this the 1 million BC Odin? I think it's the 1 million BC Odin right there. Because there's Thor and She-Hulk at the bottom. Digging that. I'm liking that. And I love that She-Hulk is on this team instead of the Hulk. It's not the first time we've seen that, but I'm glad they're going back to that. Since I don't like the current run that she was in, I read the first 6 issues, the whole arc, and I died. Like, horrible, dude. I really want Infinity Countdown to be more than it is. Exactly, comic watching. I want it to be, like, it doesn't seem like it's that hard. It's the return of Black Widow. It's the return of, what's his face? Wolverine. Like, this should be amazing. They got that one... Dude, I didn't say this in the review, which I probably should have. I just forgot to. I'm really bothered that they've got that pregnant, Nova Corps member in there. Like, that's really disturbing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's putting herself and her child in harm, and I get it. Like, there's... Half of me is like, that's really noble. The other half of me is like, what the frig? You know what I'm saying? There should be some sense of self-preservation there. But I understand it's like if the whole universe, if we lose this soul stone, the Infinity Stone, that Power Stone, then my baby's not going to be safe anywhere. So I get that. But, like, I'm just so conflicted reading that. It's friggin' weird to me. So what is this here? Oh, Avengers number 5. Is that a Celestial? Oh, that doesn't look like a Celestial. That looks like a Progenitor. But either way, Celestial... It's probably a Celestial, though, because that's what the Avengers BC is all about. So Robbie Reyes... Oh, yeah, Robbie Reyes... The guy who's playing Robbie Reyes, Gabriel Luna, is going to be the Terminator. He's going to be the Terminator in the reboot. Oh, dude, I can't wait to see that. I cannot wait to see that version. Like, I guess he's going to be the bad guy Terminator. A bad guy Terminator who can jump and move and like, you know, fight the way that Gabriel Luna does. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see that. What is this? Meta, 6 of 6. Oh, Mira. Nice, yeah, with Ocean Master and all the bad guys there. Everything comes to a head in issue number 6. Dude, I love that they split the Mira and the Aquaman stories. Punisher 277. I like when Black Widow appears in his stories. I really do like when she appears in his stories. It genuinely adds a lot. Like, I feel it's the best team up is Black Widow with him. What is this? Flash number 50. Yeah, Flash number 50, dude. Professor Zoom is actually supposed to get 2 new powers that he never had before in these stories. So that's going to be very interesting seeing that. Wonder Woman issue number 50, riding on a Pegasus. I don't know what else I'm supposed to read out of this. It's just a cover, but that's cool. That's cool. I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah, this Domino. That looks like Shang-Chi that Domino is with. Is that who that is? Because that would be interesting. I've always seen her as a free spirit. Cable number 159. That is just a gorgeous cover. That is a gorgeous cover. There he is, you know, young Cable with mom and dad. Oh, man. Dude, this new guy, Thompson, I think his name is, that's writing this. Awesome. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Looks cool. Curse of Brimstone for July. Cool. Immortal Hulk. Okay, Immortal Hulk number 2. Oh, that's just freaky. Whatever the heck I'm looking at there, that's freaky. That's for the Immortal Hulk issue number 2. I have no idea what I'm looking at there, and I love it. Oh, Thor issue number 3. Thor and Baldar. And Hela's going to return. Awesome. Right now, Baldar is actually the king of the dead. He's the king of not necessarily Niflheim, but very specifically Hel, H-E-L. He got it from Angela of Heaven. So she's actually originally of Asgard, but she lived most of her life and grew up on the 10th plane of existence, the 10th realm. So and she beat the crap out of Hela for it. I'm gonna have to explain that one of these days. Yep, there's Sauron with Scarlet Spider, digging it. That's what we were just talking about. Weapon H. This guy is from Thor. That looks pretty interesting. Weapon H is one of those surprise hits. Like, we knew it could be good, we just didn't know if it was going to be good. But it's good. It's good. You know what? Oh, that's it. A lot of people have been trying to sell issue number 1 online, guys. And issue 1 just came out this week of Weapon H. So if you're looking to get a good comic book that just came out this week, I would highly recommend doing that. You know what I'm saying? Also, before I jump into reading the rest of these comments here, oh, and I'm sweating, which is weird because I'm still cold. My chest is still cold. Shit. I hate being sick. Anyway, allergies do it to me every year. Twice a year when the weather like drastically changes, I get allergies, and that's when I'm like most susceptible to being sick, and I usually wind up getting sick. So, what happens? On Nerdarchy, on the Nerdarchy channel, I do every Monday. They put up a thing that I do, which is basically just reviewing a couple of the key comic books that I really liked for the week. But something, and I talk about the Marvel Face Rip game explanation that I'm going to give for that week. One of the things that Dave from Nerdarchy asked me to do is to start doing a D&D-ized character. So he didn't agree to it, but I said, I'll do it, but then you've got to have a conversation afterwards about the character. So maybe on the Saturday live chat. So that would actually be pretty cool if they did do that. I'll give my take on it, and then they'll give their better take on it, because I know more about the comics than them, but they know more about D&D than me. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be that succession of the rank understanding. So, and I think that the first I'm going to do, somehow they did Black Panther D&D-ized, and I missed it. I just watched it about an hour before I started this podcast, so this live cast. So that was interesting. I'm like, what is this? How did I miss this? So, and they actually, Dave goes and makes fun. Dave took a freaking shot at me. Dave, bring the noise, dude. Bring the noise. You know what I'm saying? Took a shot at me and said, I would make the character like, way too powerful. I made Doctor Strange a level 58 powerhouse. And they went and they made fun of me for that. They made fun of me. That was last year. They made fun of me for that. Especially Ted made fun of me for that. And then they went and made Loki several months later. And when they made Loki, they made him level 60-something. And I said, and go figure, one of the only people able to keep Loki at bay is Doctor Strange. So, you want to make fun of me about what? And Dave kind of looked at me like... So, y'all can crack jokes if you want, fool. But I know my comic books, alright? So, anyway, yeah, I'm going to try and explain Black Panther in the... I'm going to try and D&D-ize Black Panther. They already did it, but I'm going to give my own take on it. You may be surprised, but if you watch theirs, I'm going to go with something that Dave initially said. Because I was thinking, as soon as I saw that, while the video was starting and before they actually got into the character, I started thinking, I was like, I've got something that I would add to that I don't think they would add it at all. But Dave said it, but they never actually went with it, and I'm so disappointed in that. So I'm going to add my 2 cents, and I'm going to give my own simplified D&Di's version of Black Panther. So on Monday, usually goes up at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so New York and Toronto time, New Jersey time, Florida time, go and check out the Nerderkey channel and check out my thing. Dave actually suggested me canceling doing that because I only get about 100 views or 80 to 100 views per week on those things, and I don't care. I do them because I want to do it, and if I want to stop, I'll decide to stop. You know what I'm saying? So you want to see me talk about a D&D 5th edition version of Black Panther? Boom. And then in those videos, please give me a recommendation who you'd like to see me D&D-ize next, because when I D&D-ize somebody, I'm hoping that from next week on, Dave, Ted, and Nate will actually talk about it and expand upon my D&D-ized version. I'm going to give a very simplified version, and I want them to really expand upon it. And hopefully they would do it live. Okay, yeah, Mira does have really good art, Edward. I'm hoping the Power Stone battle wraps up and we can increase the stakes a bit. I want this to be a Living Tribunal level event. Yes, thank you. My point exactly. They need to seriously do something on a cosmic level. If you're going to have the Infinity Stones involved, this can't just be some local thing where Wolverine got his hands on the space gem and he's walking around and nobody realized, and here comes Loki and he takes out Loki real quick. Nah, dude, this has to be something on a high level where, like the way that I would do it personally, and I'm not saying it would be good, but the way that I would do it is that all these other people do start finding out that the humans on Earth are getting their hands on the Infinity Stones again, the Infinity Gems, and they just remember all the times in the past, like, hold on, this guy could have killed, these guys could have killed Galactus and they didn't, they instead sent him to the Skrull homeworld. That's the whole reason for the secret invasion thing. These guys, they could have, they're responsible for the power gems, they're responsible, for stopping Thanos, and all the different times, all the different crazy things that have happened where the universe ended, restarted. They're the ones that changed Galactus from the Devourer to the Lifebringer. I just did Galactus Explained in a Minute. It's actually about 2.5 to 3 minutes, but did that up today. Oh, and you saw last week I did the preview for the Infinity Gauntlet. Today, I did the actual Infinity Gauntlet. I actually did it last night. I was exhausted, but I did it. I did the entire Infinity Gauntlet, and unlike everybody else out there, to the best of my knowledge, I also added in every single tie-in to the story. Every single tie-in. And something that who I used to converse with regularly, a much bigger YouTube channel, comic book YouTube channel, I used to converse with him regularly. He made a mistake in his explanation of it whenever he did it last year, and I corrected that mistake because I read the tie-ins. Anyway, that's enough out of me. I still love the guy, and he's awesome. P.A. Stewart may have mentioned that it only would have been better if I would have had the little figures running around and beating each other up. Well, maybe next time. Maybe next time. I was actually thinking about doing something not too dissimilar from that, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so yeah, I would do something on a cosmic scale where all these guys are like, hold on, the humans are starting to collect the gems again? We need to take the humans out. We need to take the humans out now. So I would literally do something where I combined the Annihilation War and the Infinity Gauntlet together. I would do something like that. That, I think, would be something where people would just be like, oh my god, if this got any more, unbelievable, I don't know what I would do. Like, I want it to be so adrenaline-packed, and yeah, that would have to be a weekly release. That would have to be. So, would you recommend Jurgen's Thor? Matthew Stoner, Jurgens. When was Jurgens on Thor? Dan Jurgens, when was he on Thor? Somebody help me out with that. I don't remember when he was on Thor. Let's see. Saw something I want to... Have you read The Misplaced? Do a review, please. I don't remember The Misplaced. I'm sorry. I hope Avengers 4 is Kang. I believe that it can be. I believe that it absolutely can be, because they're going to get the property back for that. Technically, Kang is tied up with Immortus, and Immortus is owned by the Fantastic Four franchise, which is owned by Fox, but I'm positive that the deal is going to go through between Fox and Disney, so there's that. Oh, Sean, it is Shang-Chi. Okay, cool. Cool. Do you think Johnny Blaze, King of Hell, will play a role in the ending of Damnation? It's got to, and if it doesn't, wasted opportunity, and I will make fun of that. I won't make fun of it, but I will absolutely bring that up and just like, why, Marvel? Why? Maple Leafs. P.A. Stewart, are you Canadian? Yeah, I don't follow Maple Leafs. I believe that's, and Bruins. I think that's hockey. I don't know. I don't really watch sports. I'm sorry. Going to be watching the Gauntlet Spotlight after this. So glad you could. Yes, every single tie-in, brother. Every single tie-in. Comics watching. Professor Bill on Twitch. I found this person. She streams making a comic, and she has notes. She was drawing a comic, but I didn't see her color in anything yet. Okay, that's cool. Link that to me. Not here, but link that to me over here. I would love to watch something like that. That'd be cool, because one of the projects that I have in mind is, and I was deciding last night because just sick and I just needed to sleep and sit down and just relax. What do you call it? I was thinking that I've got to start taking notes on all these ideas that I have for the main comic book that I want to write. But that's going to be something that I do after I start my RPG stuff, and that's going to be something I do after my website is up and everything like that. So, yeah, I got a lot, a lot of stuff in the future. Jeff Duarte, hey, what's going on, man? I think this is the first time you're on the podcast, the live stream, I think. Either way, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Jurgen was on Thor in the late 90s. I believe he did a Thanos story in issues 19 and 25 in annual number 1, I believe. Okay, I don't think I read that. So I'm going to have to check that out, and I'm going to have to see. I remember I stopped reading Thor, I think, after the Eric Masterson stuff, which Eric Masterson is going to be coming up in Comic Book University pretty soon. Just whatever. I actually took 20 minutes to write it, but I actually wrote the entirety of Thor, Eric Masterson, and Kevin Masterson explained in a minute. It took 20 minutes and I did the whole entire thing. That's how much I loved that character, Thunderstrike. So it's basically going to be Thunderstrike explained in a minute. I actually wanted to put that up instead of Galactus explained in a minute today, because it would have made more sense because of the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. I'm probably going to put it up on Tuesday instead. What happened was, since I lost my voice, the only thing that I had done was Galactus, and it was right before I really lost my voice. But I looked at it and I was like, you know what? I can't do Eric Masterson explained in a minute with this voice. I can't do any of these. But Galactus, with my messed up voice, I could probably do Galactus explained in a minute. I'll simply have to do it in the context of, I'll do it slow instead of fast like I usually do, and I'll do it so it's like a sense of authority in my voice because of what an authority figure Galactus is. So that's actually why I chose to do Galactus explained in a minute today. I was actually preferring to do Eric Masterson, but just, yeah, I got sick, had to do what I had to do. What do we got here? Who's your favorite Batgirl? Barbara Gordon will always be my favorite Batgirl. Oh, Jesse Johnson, hello, welcome to the channel. Barbara Gordon will always be my favorite Batgirl. I'm old. I'm 42. It's hard to change in that regard. I like the newer version of Blue Beetle. There's that. I like him better even than the Ted Kord version. Sorry, there's going to be people who are going to want to beat me up for that, but I got to say it. I got to be honest. What do you call it? So anyway, what do we have here? Yeah, I like her. I know a lot of people actually like Stephanie as Batgirl the best, which I can't disagree. She was amazing, but there's always got to be something said for the original. Let's see, badass Thanos figure. Oh, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, this is actually this is why I don't care about getting the new versions of this. I'm gonna knock over Kellex. Superman's robot. It's actually Jor-El's robot. Was actually leaning on. That's from the Icons figure. I've got Superman up there, but he's on a couple of thumbtacks so that he can stand up. But these two came together in the Diamond Select version of the characters. She actually comes with a human face mask, but why would I ever do that? You know what I'm saying? She's gorgeous like this, Mistress Death. But, yeah, so I got the Diamond Select versions, and I love the scale of these to my regular Marvel Legends characters that you see on the wall, and I got a bunch on the floor over here, and in here, and I got some in my closet. I got a lot. Anyway, Yeah, these are my favorite versions. So I know that there's the Build-A-Figure, the BAF Build-A-Figure version out. Don't care. Not even remotely interested in that. And there's also the regular version. I had two of them in my hand at Walmart like a month ago, and I thought to myself, am I going to be sad that I didn't get this? And no. I decided, no, I will absolutely not be disappointed that I did not pick these up. So I'm okay with, like, these are my favorite, like, this, I've been looking forward to getting this version for a long time. And when I saw it in a different comic book shop than what I usually go to, I was very happy to find it there. So I bought it with the quickness. PA, the big lug I live with is into hockey and baseball, not Canadian, but was in university in Ottawa. Okay, cool. Sean, Man-Thing is in a lot of things this year. Yeah, I know. He was also a Build-A-Figure in the Marvel Netflix characters. Like, I really want to get my hands on the Blade, but I want to get all of those figures, and I want Swamp Thing. But we'll see if I can actually get my hands on a full box of those. Hela, I really need to get my hands on. That's the Marvel Legends figure. I'm so mad. I had it in my hands, and I thought, you know what? I only had enough to buy one figure. We were on vacation. My wife and my kids and I were on vacation, and I had it in my hand. It's like, I really want this Hela, but I get the feeling that, I want the Jane Foster also, and I get the feeling that the Jane Foster is going to sell out faster than the Hela. And man, that was a huge miscalculation on my part. Just Tuesday, I saw what's her name, Jane Foster for sale. Like, I almost always see her for sale. I haven't seen Hela since. Like, it breaks my heart that I missed that. Plus, I've got the Hulk that I'm building. Come on. And I've got all these different pieces for the Gladiator Hulk. But the right arm belongs to Hela. This leg belongs to Loki, and I don't like that version of Loki. And then the head and the helmet are in another version of Thor. I've got one version of Thor. I've got two versions of Odinson Thor. I've got this one. Oh, and I've got this one back here behind Ares. And that's whatever. I'm okay with that one. I wasn't anxious for that one, but whatever. But like that Loki, the so-called Tom Hiddleston version of him, I'm just not the biggest fan there. Let's see. Need to get the Walmart exclusive Thanos. Yeah, see, I'm just not interested in that one. I've got the Diamond Select version. I think it's so much better. Are you still reading Robotech? I did not read the most recent issue. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is my first time watching your show live. Normally I watch them the next day or so. Okay. So Jeff asks, am I still reading Robotech? I did not read issue 8, I think it was. It just didn't appeal to me. Like, I saw it, I picked it up, and I put it down. Yeah. Like, it's just not really doing it for me. I may go back and read it again. I know I could just get it online, but I get the feeling that's going to wind up ending anyway, because it's not doing anything for anybody. So, I don't know, we'll see. Do you want me to still read it? Because I could be talked into it and it won't take much. I don't even see any comments on it anymore, so I'm like, I don't think I'm even doing this for anybody, at this point. What do you call it? Even, you know what? Like, even WWE came out this week, and I got it, I just haven't even read it yet, you know what I'm saying? And I'm supposed to do the review for Monday, and I'm just not even in the mood to do it, because, like, I actually tried talking to Dennis Hopeless a couple times, and he'll kind of answer me, but I don't know, like, I don't advertise that I do comic book reviews on my Twitter channel, on my Twitter page, you know what I'm saying? But, he kind of talks to me, but he doesn't talked to me a lot, and I asked him a question. I asked him 2 questions. He only answered one of them. I repeated the second question. He didn't answer it. And all it was, do you have complete creative control over what what storylines you write, or are you told which storylines you should be writing? Like when right now you're doing the Women's Revolution, which is an amazing storyline. I love seeing the story of Bayley. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's one of my favorite wrestlers is Bayley. So, were you told to do a Bayley story, or did you choose to do that on your own? Because if that's the case, would you be able to do a broken, woken Matt Hardy story? And I asked him that twice, and he did not answer me. And it's like, that's kind of not cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an ally, I'm a friend, and just being ignored like that, okay, cool, man. Like, why am I even doing your reviews then? I'm the only person reviewing the comic book online. I checked extensively, so I'm just like, you know what? That actually kind of breaks my heart a little bit. I don't try to bother people on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a nobody, and I don't care if I've got, 1 million subs. I'm still going to be a nobody. I'm not a comic book creator right now. So, I get it, but, like, be an ally, dude. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyway, I want Batman Who Laughs with collared Robin's figures. Ooh, yeah, with the Crow figures. That would be a cool one. That could be a cool one. You got a Walgreens close there. Red Black Cane, no, I do not. There are, to the best of my understanding, there are no Walgreens in Canada. So those Walgreens exclusives, we will get them in EB Games here in Canada every so often. So I have to keep going back in because I've got all of the Fantastic Four. I do not have Reed Richards. And I kind of really want Reed Richards. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Fantastic from the Fantastic Four. And I've already got a thing, like the old thing with the trench coat and the hat and the glasses, and he's awesome, and I love him. But that new thing that they're advertising for Marvel Legends, oh my god! That is like one of the coolest figures I've ever seen. Wow. Wow. Double wow. That would be triple at that point. So... I remember when Loki was... yeah, right? But they did a couple of Marvel Legends before, the comic book version of Loki, and that one looks better. This newest one, they're trying to make him look like Tom Hiddleston, and they're failing. Like, again, I'm not gay, but I can look at a guy and know when he's, good looking. Freaking Tom Hiddleston is a good looking guy. I could see losing my wife to Tom Hiddleston. I'm just saying. I would whoop his sorry monkey ass if that were the case, but that's not the point. The idea is, and then everybody in the world would hate me. You beat up Loki. But, what do you call it? Yeah, no, he's a good-looking guy, but this version, this Marvel Legends version, it's horrible. It doesn't look anything like him. It's just, why even bother, man? Favorite thing is Spiky Thing. Joe Fisher, you just went up at the top of my list of one of my favorite commentators. Yes, I love Pineapple Thing. He is one of the best. You can customize young Thor into a classic Kane. Just saying. I'm going to need to see a video on that, Red Black Kane. Joe is pissed that my Walgreens never had Havoc. Ah, that's messed up. Yeah, I got Havoc up there on my wall. I was there twice when they got them in and no Havoc. Yeah, you know what the problem is? You have to make friends with somebody. You have to make friends with somebody and be like, listen, when your box comes in, could you put the Havoc figure aside for me? Be a pal. You might, well, listen, I know it's dishonorable, so to speak, but I used to be a truck driver. And I know bribery is illegal in the States. I'm American. Bribery is illegal in the States, but amongst truck drivers, it's not. It is, but we do it anyway. We have to. We have to. When you get there at a certain time, like on a Friday, and you know that the depot is closed Saturday and Sunday. So if you get there and you're being paid not by the hour, but by the mile, and you've got a trailer bed, and you just need to dock the darn trailer, detach, and then go home. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not getting paid if you're staying there for a couple of nights. You're going to sleep in your truck, in the cab of your truck, because you can't afford, because you don't want to spend the money to get a hotel. You could be driving back home instead of staying there. You're not getting paid for staying there. You know what I'm saying? If traffic was bad or whatever. So you get there, and somebody's going to come up and ask you for the manifest. It's known. You attach a 50 or a 20, depending on the place, to the thing, and be like, any chance of me getting in there a little bit early? You know what I'm saying? And they see that money attached there. They give you back the clipboard without the money. They give you a special place to go and dock. And everybody else who didn't give the money, they're there the whole weekend. Dude, I'm telling you, it happens. If you're looking for, I was working for Haagen-Dazs, and you're looking for freezer space, the more space you have to sell your product, the more likely it is that people are going to buy that. And when you're working on commission, dude, I've made friends with the people who work in the freezer section. These are regular, minimum wage people. And I go up there and I just give them, a couple extra box cutters I get from work, a couple of extra, freezer gloves and things like that. Like, hey, man, what's going on? How you doing? hey, what do you call it? Did you say you had a new girlfriend? What's going on? What's the story? You know what I'm saying? Just talk to the person, make them feel like a human being. You know what I'm saying? Give them what do you call it? A couple of box cutters and the gloves and whatnot, and also just be like, hey, listen, that Edie's ice cream ain't selling, dude. You know what I'm saying? Could I have one of those shells? Like, seriously, one shell. You're going to see my stuff is going to sell way better. You know what I'm saying? Give me a shell. Let me get it. Give me a shelf. You know what I'm saying? When you're giving this guy stuff, he's going to want more stuff. He's going to feel indebted to your friendship and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you the freaking shelf. Like, you got to learn how to bribe people. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's a dirty, reprehensible thing, but you want your Havoc figure? You want the next figure coming up? Go and make friends with somebody who's always there on a Monday. And be like, listen, dude, what can I do to get that thing? Because, like, let's say if I were to drop a $10 bill, in the palm of your hand as I'm taking a Havoc figure from you, do you think that's a possibility? You might be surprised at your response. You know what I'm saying? You might be surprised at your response. You gotta make friends with people, dude. Okay, Wrecking Zoo. Shots a try. The Wrecking Zoo on Lockjaw next week. Oh my God, I am so looking forward to that, and I might need some Marvel Legends figures of those too. That looks so awesome. Finally got the courage to read Infidel #2 yesterday. I didn't read that. Oh, during daylight. Yeah, it's nighttime. I'm not reading it now. I'm not reading it now. That is awesome. Okay, no spoilers. Sean, Strong Guy and Beast are in Multiple Man Mini. Strong Guy's cool. I never liked him because his name is Guido, and I'm Italian. I'm Sicilian, very specifically. You know what I'm saying? We were always ostracized. Even amongst the Northerners, the mainlander Italians, we were always ostracized. They salted our lands, for crying out loud. But, yeah, that's kind of cool. Guido's got a cool power set. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Beast, I've always just been disappointed in Beast. I like Beast in a lab. He's always getting knocked unconscious when he tries to fight people. Always. Matthew Stoner, Miss Marvel, Miss Marvel action figure came with a free comic book. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You miss when Marvel action figures came with a free comic book. Yes, that reminds me of the He-Man action figures. Like I said, I'm old. I read those little mini comic books that came out. I remember, oh my God, this is going to be a funny story you guys are going to love. The first time I ever played Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine, I was 7 years old. I did not initiate it. And I went outside. My dad was always of the opinion of kids belong outside. Go outside. Unless it's raining. You know what I'm saying? So go outside. And if none of my friends were outside playing, and we didn't have video games, you know what I'm saying? We had Pong. You know what I'm saying? The Atari 2600 wasn't even out at this time. We had Pong, and Pong got boring after a while. So anyway, I'd go outside, and I'd have my little He-Man comic books. I only had 2 of them because I had He-Man and Skeletor. That's all that I had. I didn't have all those. I didn't have all 8. You know what I'm saying? So I sat down and I would just read the comic books one after the other over and over again. You know what I'm saying? And just like, cool. And there's this girl, and I wish I could remember her name. It's like right there. Anyway, she was my next door neighbor, and she called out and she's like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, oh, just talking. She's like, oh, and she started telling me like a story, like one of the stories that she liked. And I think she was 8 at the time. Anyway, and she was like, I was like, I don't care. I was just such a typical boy, such a dumb, typical boy, And I said, I don't care. I only care about He-Man. And I went back to reading. And she's like, I could tell you a He-Man story. I was like, this might be the coolest girl in the world. I was like, okay. So she starts telling me a princess story about He-Man. Now, the Princess of Castle Grayskull and the TV show and all that stuff was not quite out yet. That was a couple of months, maybe a year later. Right now, there was only the comic book and the action figures. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So this was like, this was anathema to me. I was like, this is stupid. She never gave up on me. And then one time she wanted to do the whole, I'll show you mine if you show me yours thing. And I was like, okay. And I was a stupid boy. I thought we all had the same plumbing. I was 7 years old. Let it go. All right? Thought we all had the same plumbing. It didn't make sense to me otherwise, right? So, and I was the oldest, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't around for, like, you know, other siblings to be diaper changed. I was always outside. Boy, kids are supposed to be outside. So she showed me hers, and I thought that she was lying. I was like, you're just tucking it in. You're lying, so I'm not showing you mine. And I walked away. It's fun thinking back onto how stupid I was. So anyway, there's a cute little embarrassing story from my history. All right, so yeah, I hear you. Jeff says the current Robotech book is a mixed bag. They're messing with the original epic story. I know they are messing with it, and I don't know what is original, what is not. So, Joseph's books. Hey, what's going on, guys? Make sure you're checking out Joseph's books. Joseph is actually doing a bunch of really cool things on his channel right now with CGI. And I remember I used to do a bunch of cool things with animation and CGI on my channel too, and I realized like nobody cares, so I just started giving it plain, and I found I was able to do a lot more. But I really do miss doing that stuff, and I wouldn't give that stuff up for a millisecond. Like, I loved learning how to do all that stuff with my programs and everything. But it looks like and he's not spilling the beans, so I don't even know what he's going to be doing new on his channel. But you can go and check out some of his newest videos. He's doing new stuff, and it's kind of freaking cool. Anyway, and also Joseph is going to be, along with Comics Boom and the Geek Fortress, all three of these guys, these other channels, comic book channels, they are going to... Geek Fortress is more than just a comic book channel. It's mostly movie reviews. But still, they're all going to be reviewing an indie comic, so a non-Marvel, non-DC comic, every Monday, every week on my channel, to feature them so that more people can see what they're about, can see how their style differs from mine. You might like it. I do. And, yeah, absolutely. So go and check them out. Red Black Cane, you made your cane custom really bad, but I still love it. I would still like to see it, dude. So if you got pics and you can link them, I would absolutely I would absolutely check them out. Plus, I'm interested in knowing how you did all that stuff, because I'll play with it. I would absolutely play with sculpting and modeling. Thoughts on Bendis retcon of Krypton? No thoughts yet, because it just started. Like, we just have a preview of the preview. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. If I had friends, the first thing we would do is play Pong. That's awesome. Love indie comics, slave labor graphics, man. Is that an actual comic book? Slave labor graphics? Anyway, alright guys, I am going to wrap this up. I'm actually sweating. Probably visibly sweating. Am I visibly sweating? Yes, I think I'm visibly sweating. And yet, I still feel a chill in my chest, so I'm going to leave this room and, yeah, go see what my wife is doing. Probably watching Star Trek Voyager for the 40th time. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Go and check out the good stuff. Oh, don't forget. Tell me later, guy from Red Bank. I'm actually curious. I don't just say, you know, oh yeah, tell me. No, I actually mean it. Tell me later. I actually enjoy getting to know all of you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Laters. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.